What's going on, guys? I'm not in my studio right now. I'm about to head into work, but just wanted to give a little update. I am on a journey, okay, to create the least expensive wireless in-ear monitoring system for myself. This is gonna be challenging. It's a little crazy. I haven't really seen anyone else try to do this except for maybe drummers. I want to do this for myself as a guitar player. It is very difficult, I have found, to hear myself and hear the rest of the band playing on stage. And it's caused me to make a lot of mistakes. Yes, it could be remedied by Juwan. You just need to memorize the song and stop messing around. Sure. However, there are such things as distractions, and not all the time can one just separate themselves from said distractions. When I can't hear my lead vocalist, or I can't hear the lead guitar, or I can't hear the bass player, or I can't hear the drums, I don't know where I am. I don't know what I'm playing to. Yeah, sure, I can get better at keeping time for myself, but you know, what if I didn't have to? You know what I mean? Why not? So that's what this is all about. We are going to create this system in order to make us a better performer on stage, maybe even in practice sessions too. So here is the goal, right? We just purchased for $40 on Amazon a Joyo wireless unit for in-ears. It has very similar to what the guitar wireless system is, a receiver and a quarter jack transmitter, okay, quarter inch on both ends. And then this one is a receiver for the in-ear headphones and a quarter inch transmitter for a quarter inch output. Simple, right? Now for the other pieces, I already have a Behringer, I forget the model. I'm gonna take a clip video, post it somewhere, of the mixer that I have. Very small. I think it's like 4 channels on the thing. But my goal is to take the wireless unit. I'm gonna be using both wireless units simultaneously. Both are Joyo branded, and we're gonna see how that works out for us. I want my own personal feed coming from my Behringer mixer, and then I'm going to hook up also my line 6 unit, and we may use the DI box that we have. So that's gonna be our setup, and we're gonna test this in two different ways. We're gonna test this in the practice situation, and we're also going to test this more of a live situation. I can't really test it live because I'm not entirely familiar with how I would get this. What one drummer called it was a monitor feed, which I believe is an XLR cable from the front of house that would go to my mixer. That's what we're going to try to emulate. Hopefully it all should work. I should be able to not only hear myself, but I should also be able to adjust my own level. So I have my own personal mix. So without further ado, let's build this thing. Okay, so just to hold on, let me get one of these out. Oh my goodness. What a difference. Let me tell you. These are a game changer when it comes to the sound and being able to monitor what it is I'm doing. Like, I am a complete noob when it comes to in-ear monitoring systems, and these mixed along with the Joyo wireless in-ear system, I got nothing bad to say so far. We are using this, you know, in my home studio, in my bedroom, and it's working great for that. I did want to test it with my other Joyo unit, my wireless guitar transmitter and receiver, but I left one of them on. I left the switch on. So gonna have to wait for another day to charge that up and then test them simultaneously and see how that works out. But so far, I'm gonna switch the camera around and show you I have this all connected, and dude, it's pretty sick. And I mean, I didn't hook up my mixer to like emulate front of house or anything, just because I don't really think I need to at the moment. I really just needed to make sure that monitoring was good. So let me switch the camera around so you guys can see, you know, the wiring and like what's going on, and then let's kind of go from there. All right, so what we have here right now, just ignore the toothbrush here. So I got my laptop set up, Studio One, and we have the backing tracks kind of all situated here. Yeah, so like these are my 4 tracks, that stuff I normally play live. Now what we have is channel for my guitar. Okay, so like what I can do on stage, which is really cool, I can run my Line 6 Helix. Here's my Helix, my Helix LT right here. I have a cable going into the audio box here. That's going into input 1. The transmitter is coming out of line 3, and line 3 is right there. Like this, where the mouse is hovering, this is line 3. I was able to set up what I'm doing is sending all of these tracks, and you'll see the sends right here. They're sending to sub 1 and sub 2. Every single one of them is sending to sub 1 and sub 2. Sub 1 and sub 2 are separated. Sub 1 is going to line out 3 mono, and sub 2 is going to line out 4 mono. So I could have someone else with me playing, and they can hook up another transmitter, wireless transmitter right there, and then boom, that's another person. Now, in the sense of an entire band, I would want a bigger mixer, just to have more inputs, number one, and more outputs. Okay, so like if I had 4 inputs and then was able to manipulate my outputs to be 4 outputs, then that's essentially the entire band right there, and I'd be pretty good. But we don't have that until we get a bigger mixer. This already though, like for me solo, when I'm doing a live gig, this is perfect because I now have flexibility. I have flexibility with my own monitoring. So like I can raise this up and down for my own in-ears, and I'm good right here, boom. And the mix here is fine. Like everything's running mono, practicing wise, and if I'm doing a solo gig, this so far seems perfect. Saving the life of my earlobes, my eardrums rather, because I'm sick of getting tinnitus. I'm sick of that ringing. I'm sick of losing my hearing, and I'm sick of not being able to hear myself on stage. So with that all being said, I mean, there isn't really much else to it. I think this so far is a pretty solid system. If you got any questions, I'm happy to, if I don't know the answer, I'm happy to go through it and see how we can work it out if it's possible. All right. So again, thank you all for watching. Like and subscribe. Helps me out a lot. And peace out.